to get your clothes from design to delivery.
Thanks, Louise. Now, after 16 years off our screens, in 2005, the TARDIS was once again cranked up, the Daleks were resurrected, and Doctor Who, one of the nation's most loved and iconic characters, returned to our Saturday night TV screens. And what a star-studded journey it's been.
I'm the Doctor, by the way. What's your name?
Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose. Run for your life.
Pulled his arm off.
Yep.
Can't I inside a wooden box?
Am I ever going to see you again?
You can't.
Welcome aboard, Miss Jones.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Smith.
I kind of figured that.
Wow. Well, the man responsible is lead writer and executive producer, no less, Russell T. Davies. We bow to you, Mr.
Don't bow,
Davies.
Ruth. Don't.
It is a delight to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, what a crown. What a crown you now wear. The man responsible, after 16 years of no doctor, of bringing him back. I mean, how confident were you that people wanted him back? Because it was a long time.
Well, not to be honest, we were worried. It's we were confident that we'd made a good show. But there were a lot of people saying it's had its day. There were a lot of people worried that because your mum and dad like it, therefore
Yes.
kids aren't going to like it automatically.
It's not cool when you say,
Yeah,
oh, we
but
had
you know,
that when we...
I had faith in it. I really did. Right down deep. I thought it's going to work.
And also, is it true that it was, you know, you'd several times said to the BBC, please let me bring this back, please move, and they didn't bite. So what changed this time? to
I
make them
think
say
it just
yes?
nagged. You know, a lot of people nagged. Eventually, I got a friend of mine to say to the controller of BBC One, please tell her I want to do Doctor Who. And my friend said this, and the controller at the time went, oh, not another person. So I think just we wore them down in the end. Common sense.
Well, I swear the whole world is watching in some form or another today, because the questions have come from all over. We've got questions from New Zealand, from
Really?
Chicago.
Yeah.
Wow. So good morning to everybody. How the hell you're watching, I don't know. But there we are. So let's crack on with these, because we've got there's a lot here you're not going to be able to answer. I think
won't.
we've tried to. Yeah, or
Won't.
won't.
Yes.
More like it, yes.
So Joel, who's 11. Good morning, Joel. Says, who is the next Doctor?
Well, hello, Joel, and I can't possibly say that's a terrible answer, but you'll have to keep watching. At the end of last week's episode, we saw David Tennant starting to regenerate.
Yes.
And tomorrow's episode is more action-packed and full of excitement than I can possibly describe, but I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Well, as a sort of a follow-on from that, we've got Jessica, who's 8. Morning, Jessica. She says, could the Doctor ever be a girl?
Oh,
Well
good
done, Jessica.
one.
Good question. Ruth, are you free?
Yeah, I'd love to
You'd
be
be in
the
there
Doctor.
in a shot.
I did win the drama prize once at school. You know?
Yeah, so you
I
keep
could
saying.
practice. You got my letter.
Yes, now leave him alone.
I've become his new stalker, haven't I?
It would be brilliant. I mean, think of all the actresses out there who could do it, like Leslie Sharp or something like that. It'd be brilliant. So,
And
one day.
Sally from Hertfordshire, talking about the Doctor regenerating. Good morning, Sally. She said, is the Doctor still restricted to 13 regenerations?
Well, you see, they said that way back in 1976, and if they said it, therefore it's true. But you can absolutely guarantee that when it comes to that 13th regeneration, someone will just wave the magic crystal of Zog and
many
they'll say,
has he-
another
how-
13 lives.
how many has he
David is the
had?
10th.
He's-
He's the
right,
10th. So
10th.
we're in sight of the end somewhere.
Peter from New Zealand says, I've seen all the Doctors, but I'd like to know why you changed the console room in the interior of the TARDIS.
Oh, in the TARDIS. Well, that's changed a lot. Everyone always changes it, to be honest. There's been all sorts of interior TARDISes over the years. There's been a wooden one. Tom Baker had a wooden one for quite a while. So we just did our sort of 2008 version, and I absolutely bet you there'll be more versions after that to come. It's good to spruce it up every so often.
Glenn in London, morning Glenn, he says, before you bow out of Doctor Who, which we'll talk about in a minute, would you be willing to make a cameo appearance in one of the specials that you're doing for
As
our faithful
a
viewers, he
monster.
says?
Probably no. Do you know what? I'd never do it. I hate people who do that. I hate writers that do that. I think it's terrible. I think it's so unprofessional.
It's like, stay in the office.
I think you're doing someone out of work. It's like, honestly, I get my high horse about this one. It's like, it's absolutely wrong.
But you're good on the telly.
Thank you, Phil. It's like, but not. Imagine if I walked past in an episode of Doctor Who, I'd never be able to watch that episode again. I'd be going, oh,
Well,
no.
if
Talk about hiding behind the sofa.
If anyone ever missed you on the telly, I think we might have a clip of you on
You
the
have
telly.
not.
Well, here, look, this is how good you are.
Oh, no.
This is Mr. Podmore. Russell is just finishing colouring his tie.
Hello. Russell has come to play school today to help tell the story by drawing all the pictures for it. It's called Mr. Podmore. And he always wore the same clothes. He wore a grey shirt and a blue tie and black trousers. And also, he wore little round spectacles.
Just like mine.
Very good.
Oh, so young, so thin, so beautiful. Everyone had mullets
special
then.
way of
It
saying
was trendy,
everyone.
mullet.
that special way of saying hello when you go, hello.
Do you know, I did one of those and I walked out the studio and I went, never again. I don't know how you do your jobs.
Well, thank goodness for all of us you did, otherwise you wouldn't be doing what you're doing now. How long does it take to write a script, says Valerie from America?
Oh, that's tricky. I suppose it takes about a month, but actually that's not allowing for like the 6 months you've been thinking about it. So in a rush you can do it in a week if you have to, but it's not just the typing, it's the thinking really.
Marie from Essex, she said, if you had the chance to go back in time and be one of the many doctors, aliens or baddies over the years, is there one that you would choose?
First of all, I go back to the play school studio and stop that ever happening.
Wipe that from them.
What would I be? I suppose I'd be Davros. I mean, I think that is one of the greatest characters in the history of Doctor Who, created many years ago in 1976 or something.
When did you first become a fan of Doctor Who? How old were you?
I'm not kidding. I remember William Hartnell changing into Patrick Troughton as the first Doctor, changing into the second Doctor. And if you look it up in the books, I was 3. I think I was less than 3.
Really?
And I literally, it's missing from the archives now, but not in mine, because it's like I can actually see it in my head. I'm not kidding. So the earliest memories.
The plans now, I think the BBC are expecting sort of 12 million viewers to watch this tomorrow night. Well, every presenter is thinking, thank God I'm not opposite that. So knowing that you can't tell us very much about it, what we do know is that the next series, Series 5, doesn't start till 2010.
Yeah, there's a break. It's a bit complicated, but it's like next year where everyone's having a bit of a pause and we're just making 4 specials, 4-hour-long episodes.
Which you'll be doing.
Yes, I'm still, so I haven't left yet. You can't get rid of me. And they're packing my bags. I'm going to stop. I've still got work to do. And then after that, in 2010, there'll be a full series of 13 episodes all over again from scratch. We just think it's good to starve people for a little bit, and you just know that in 2010 it'll be huge. I'm starving you. Absolutely.
So for you, because this has been so much of your life, because you don't, the responsibility that comes with it is massive, as we've shown. You know, questions from all over the world. It's a huge responsibility. So what would you like to do next?
Oh, a million things really. I mean, you know, I've never spent so long on a job actually. So I've got all the other things I want to write piling up, and it's just time I went on to that really. You know, I'm not leaving suddenly or quickly. We've got 4 specials to come, and this handover to the new team has been planned for at least 10 months. So it's all very civilised and lovely, and I can't wait though to actually sit at home and I will be a Doctor Who viewer again. I'm not kidding, as someone who's loved it all my life.
Knowing that, I mean, you've got all their text numbers, and so you
even now
say, no, I don't like that.
Honestly, they're making plans now, and I said, don't tell me.
Oh, hell, Christ.
Oh, you see what happened?
Jeez.
You didn't tell me you were going to do that.
No idea. There was... Oh, my God.
I'm scared of the dark. Oh, don't they? I'm coming over there.
Come here.
Don't you point that at me.
Yes, I'm so big and strong.
Good gracious.
I knew there was someone in there.
Did you? Well, you, I'm sure you did, but no, I didn't, that's for sure.
Actually, there was something you're saying about finishing.
You just wanted to move over here, really.
Yeah, I did, actually. But Anna from Surrey, actually, thought it was a great question. So do you get so attached to your characters that you find it hard kind of writing them off or losing them?
Because I know what you mean, but that's part of the job. Sometimes you have to kill a character like Harriet Jones, played by Penelope Wilton.
Do you kill the Doctor?
In last one. You'll have to. The terrible things happen tomorrow.
He won't tell me.
Terrible things.
Oh. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me on.
And thanks from all the fans as well.
Thanks for the questions.
Yes.
Thank you.
Terrific. Thanks, Russell. And don't forget, it's on Saturday. Here's your competition.
You could get summer off to a blistering start with a whopping £10,000 up for grabs today. There's £5,000 courtesy of Debenhams for you to treat yourself to a brand new, super cool look. And you'll still have £5,000 in cash from us to spend over the coming months. To be in with a chance of winning, simply answer this question correctly. Which member of the Beatles has a fashion designer daughter named Stella? Is it A, John Lennon, B, Sir Paul McCartney, or C, Ringo Starr? Call 090 12 93 33 33. Calls cost £1 from a BT landline. Calls from other networks may be higher, and from mobiles will be considerably more. Text your answer A, B or C to 83336. Texts cost £1 plus one standard network rate message. Digital satellite and cable viewers can enter by pressing their red button now or enter for free at itv.com. Entrants must be 18 or over, lines close at 2 p.m, and calls made after this time won't be counted but may still be charged. Best of luck.
Yeah,
Oh,
best of
my
luck
heart's
still to come.
going a
We've all
bit.
the latest soap gossip, and Angela Hartnett has an extravaganza, so we'll see you after the news.
Yeah.